climate change has not been generated in isolation. And what we're learning today is that we're all very interconnected. One thing is that climate change is going to have the greatest impacts in the developing world, because poverty and habitat degradation really can form a lethal combination. In Nicaragua, where we work, we're actually looking to the future, and we're seeing how we can make changes that are going to have improve the environment, mitigate climate change, but also are going to increase the resiliencies of local people and communities to climate change impacts. So when you look across the Nicaraguan landscape, the main thing you see is pasture. And specifically in the Pacific slope of Nicaragua, forest areas the deforestation process has ended, and forest areas are isolated, and wildlife has trouble passing between isolated forest patches. And so what we're going to be doing is creating corridors. And to do that, we have gone into the forest, into the native forest, and collected local seed sources. This picture here is of a nispero tree, which is almost impossible to find in the forest, but has really important wildlife benefits, and also is a fruit that some people in rural areas eat. We then create native tree seed nurseries that are managed by local communities, primarily women, and are managed for 3 to 4 months until the trees are ready to be planted. And then myself or a Paso Pacifico employee will go out and develop partnerships with local landowners, both farmers and larger landowners, and get a commitment from them that they are going and they're willing to protect this land and manage it into the future. And this is a 40-year project, so this is a major commitment. Then each tree, when the trees are ready, we hand carry them, well, we transport them in ox carts, and then we hand carry them to the site and to the location where each one of these delicate and very precious trees is going to be planted. Once they're in the site, we then clear the vegetation at the site and manually dig a hole and plant that tree in the area. And it's really hard to imagine when you look at a pasture like this to say, okay, where is this going to be in 40 years? Well, the management techniques that we're going to be using in active restoration, we're going to be using a lot of machetes. This project this year alone has created 2,000 temporary jobs and about 40 semi-permanent jobs. And we're going to be managing this forest so that over time we'll hopefully be returning to what would be a native forest, and it's going to have incredible wildlife benefits and also carbon benefits. We talked about 9 tons of carbon for an average American. We're hoping, we're expecting, and we'll be measuring over time, offsetting 150,000 tons of carbon through the life of this project. But this project is not limited to trees or wildlife. It's also about people. And anybody who works with people, and especially in the developing, knows the joy of connecting with people. And in that case, we get to work in areas of ecotourism, developing projects of sustainable agriculture, and also working in environmental education is a huge component of what we do and is linked directly to this project. So I'd like to thank you all for this amazing opportunity and to be part of this movement that we're all working together to change the planet and deal with climate change. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Thanks so much. I need this real quick.